Now, I was basically just browsing on Reddit when I came across this story of this guy and I noticed it. I thought it was quite inspirational and that it actually taught me a thing or two about gratitude. So I figured, well, this could do the same for others, so I'll share this with you today. Alright, so for a little bit of context, the question was, if you had all the money and all the time you want, what would you do? And this is how he responded. I've seen people struggle all around. I've helped when I could, as I have my own. I'm always in shock how communities let people suffer around them and do very little. I'd actively seek out individuals who struggle, evaluate their situation, and help them find solutions. Some people need a voice, some need money, and others need to be taught. I was married to a woman who abused and cheated on me. I was able to find forgiveness until she took it too far, and I finally felt like I had no choice but to call the police. During my divorce, I started off homeless. I'd go to work and sleep in my car. I'd rent a hotel to shower or wash up with bottles of water and wet wipes. I recall being on the phone talking to a friend, excited that I had enough money to catch a new movie. I passed by a couple on the corner with a sign wanting food. I gave them the money I saved up. I learned so much in that time about gratitude. I was homeless, but I had a job, a car, food. So many others do without. Instead of looking at what was wrong with everything happening to me, I started looking at the positives. What was going right, what was working. Now I find it difficult to stay in the moment of those feelings and always living like that. Life pulls us many directions at once. Now I'm in a healthy relationship with a son that's 1.5 years old. I'd love to do more for the less fortunate, perhaps in time, I will be able to. My heart goes out to those in need. It breaks my heart because I know we can't save them all. We'd all have to change and learn of acceptance and gratitude. It would be a beautiful thing though. And then I contacted this man. I sent him a message and I asked him a little bit more about what it feels like for him to look back on these times for him, and a little bit more about gratitude and what are his thoughts and feelings about that. Here you can see I asked him if he can give me a bit more information and his thoughts and feelings and how it feels for him to look back. Now his answer was very long, so I'm not going to be able to share it all. So I'll start with something that he said that I found to be quite valuable. Defining success for myself was something I knew I needed to do in order to be happy. Goals are a great way to measure where we are. Our joys inevitably lead us to happiness without having to meet a specific outcome. The whole time I went through this, I had a family saying, I don't know why you're not just willing to give up and move here, or my ex, when she would offer while saying, I could never do that. You're so crazy. My responses usually entailed, well, I've got a car and I've got a job, which gets me food. So I have it better than others. It's not so bad. These conversations led me down a path to realizing that I had things going right, things that did work. My success more or less was defined at that point. I needed to give myself a pat on the back. I was actually doing well. Sure, I was homeless in terms of a house, but I had shelter with my car. I had food and money coming in. So this man was literally living in his car, and yet he was able to find gratitude for the small things in life, for things that he might not have even appreciated before. When he was down here, when things were going wrong, he actually was able to realize what was going right. That's what makes this so inspirational. So this is him just talking about looking back on these times and gratitude in general. He says, I look at it rather fondly aside from the freezing cold water I had to bathe with. That hurt so bad and it always took so long to warm back up. I suppose it was all a part of the journey though. Gratitude makes me realize how great we have it, even when things fall apart. So I guess this story for me, really, it just maybe gave me some more perspective, made me more appreciative of the small things in life. And that can be a big part of being happy. Finding what you're actually grateful for, what you appreciate in your life can be so crucial. So I hope this story is able to do the same for you as it did for me, because this really did change my perspective. Now, as I always end my videos, if you're struggling with anything, I'll leave my email in the description below. And feel free to contact me if you're struggling with anything. If you just need a vent or need someone to talk to, don't hesitate to send an email. So with that being said, I hope this video has helped, and I genuinely wish you good luck on your journey.